Hello, welcome or welcome back, depending on if you're new here. Thanksgiving is over, and that means it is officially the holiday season. And for me, that means it's time for holiday cards. One of my favorite things to do to get into the holiday spirit is to make cards for my friends and loved ones. So today I'll be painting a bunch of the cards that I'll be sending out this year. Some will be Christmas specific because that's what my family celebrates, but the rest will be for the more general holiday season. I like to do a mix of snowmen, animal, landscape scenes, all that kind of stuff, because I'll be making around 25 of them total, and it gets a bit boring to do the same exact thing over and over again. So it's a fun experiment to try to see how far I can push myself with the same concepts and still trying to do something different. And I also try to mix it up and not do exactly what I did last year. So if you're interested in seeing last year's cards, I'll link that video below. Anyway, so the whole making 25 cards thing is also part of why I like to use the cards as a way to get into the holiday spirit. It takes a while to make them all, so I have to get started pretty early or it gets stressful and overwhelming and becomes not fun. So in the end, it ends up being a nice transition from Thanksgiving, as it requires me to think about the people in my life and why I'm grateful to have them there as I move into December. And Thanksgiving's kind of late this year, so it kind of threw my timing off a little bit, to be honest. But either way, the cards will be done. I'm not always the best with words, so for me, putting time into creating a card myself is another way to kind of show some care, whether it's a birthday card, a holiday card, or just a thinking of you card. I tend to make a lot of cards throughout the year, aside from this kind of marathon of cards right now, and I like to try to make them look nice. I'll get out my wax seal and make the envelope look a little fancy. It's a fun process for me, and I just think it adds a little extra something special to try to make them look a little fancy, So for this year, I'm using my typical studio watercolor palette that I use for most of my pieces when I'm at home. I'll link those colors below, which they will soon be getting a small refresh as I think about what I want to do for 2025 and if there's any changes I'll want to make. But for now, this is my studio palette, and I will be adding a few colors to this. So last year, I used my new at the time Roman schmal paints for most of the cards, and I found that there were a few colors in there that were kind of perfect, especially for doing trees in a wintry forest scene. So autumn green, Aquarius green, and then the blue misty morning. Those three colors are gorgeous and so great for winter scenes. So I brought those out again for this year. And then for a few of the cards, I brought out my Dreamland watercolors to add some sparkle to a few of the cards. Those are handmade paints. And I think I also brought out a couple of beam paints. So Beam Paints has a green that I really love. It's the Boreal green, I think. That one is a really great kind of evergreen kind of color as well. So lots of different fun colors this year. I'm kind of just reaching for whatever I want to, It doesn't have to be a totally cohesive collection because each person is only getting one card, they don't actually have to all look the same. So those are the colors I've decided to use this year. For paper, I decided to use my nice Arches paper for these cards, and it's worked out pretty well. Last year I used Bauhong paper, which I also love and definitely recommend. Either work great for cards because they're both 100% cotton, so if you want to do a full background or really layer some paints, you won't have to worry that it'll warp too much. And if it does get a little warped, you can just flatten them out later by putting them under something heavy. For the brush calligraphy on these, I am using Tombow calligraphy pens. I do like these, but they don't necessarily work the best on a rougher paper texture. So if anyone has any suggestions for other options with brush nibs that are around this size, please comment them below because I'm always on the lookout. And this, I should specify, this ink you can paint over. It's not going to reactivate with water once it's dried. So I would be looking for the same in any replacement that I got. I will be posting the process for each card separately on social as well, or I guess also on shorts if you're a shorts person. But I will link my socials below in case you're interested. I'll also be posting cards that aren't in this video because I still have a lot left to make, as well as bringing back some of the cards that I have made for previous years. So if you're interested, I would keep an eye out both either on shorts or on my socials. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, all of those. I'll link them below, and there will be more cards there. I'll be sure to link the supplies that I'm using below in case you're looking for something similar. I'm only using supplies that I like in this video, so if they're linked down below, then I do use them and I do enjoy using them. Anyway, so I'll stop talking now and pop back in at the end. And yeah. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. Please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more from me. If you like to paint holiday cards, let me know what your favorite subjects are to put on them. And let me know in the comments if you and your family have any special traditions that you like to do during the holidays. I love hearing about fun traditions. Happy holidays, everyone, and I will see you in the next one.